item, the topic that's been sucking all the oxygen out of all the other stories for the last 2 years has been Russia and Trump's collusion with Russia. And Bob Woodward just came out and said he's looked hard for 2 years, can't find a shred of evidence of collusion. So, I mean, it's here. So here, even when the United States deployed thousands of troops on Russia's doorstep, which is an unbelievable act of aggression. Could you imagine if they did that to us? Russian put troops on Canada's border or Mexico's border. That's what we do to them. Even then, this is how Rachel Maddow reported it.
And here's the question. Is the new president going to take those troops out? In Russia, Russia, of whether or not Russia had help, whether they had Confederates inside the Trump campaign when they launched this attack. But every day I leave my show and I think I'm going to be talking about something else. But every day over the course of the news cycle, a new piece of it falls in place. We're about to find out if the new president of our country is going to do what Russia wants. If the presidency is effectively a Russian op, right? If the American presidency right now is the product of collusion between the Russian intelligence services and an American campaign, I mean, that is so profoundly big. This is not part of American politics. This is not, partisan warfare between Republicans and Democrats. This is international warfare against our country.
So that was put together by The Intercept. That's fantastic. Hey, you know what? Can you put that on the end of that last clip we just did? Well, Gallup just did a poll. You would think it's the most important thing in the world. Our country's being controlled by another country, and we got a Manchurian candidate in the White House and a traitor. Treason. Gallup, this is from November 2nd. Top issues for voters: healthcare, economy, immigration.
You know what that means? The voters are traitors.
That's right. Well,
duck and cover, everybody.
I think Rachel Maddow reported this as the Russian trolls hack via voter priority poll. Russia hacked the voter priority poll. I mean, Russia hacked that. What are we going to do now? That's like an act of war.
This is big.
This is big. What do we do if Russia's controlling our Gallups? Russia's controlling the Gallups. Washington, D.C. Healthcare, the economy, and immigration top a list of issues that voters consider important to their vote for Congress this year. Other issues that at least 7 in 10 voters rate as extremely or very important include the treatment of women in U.S. society, gun policy, and taxes. The investigation into Russian involvement in the 2016 U.S. election and climate change rank at the bottom, although roughly half still consider them important. These results are from Gallup's midterm election benchmark poll conducted October 15th through October 28th. The majority of registered voters describe 11 of the 12 issues tested as extremely or very important to their vote. You know which one wasn't? The only exception being the investigation into Russia. What the F? The only one considered not important. Boy, I can't. I wonder again. I'm sure how Rachel's gonna. Oof. Do you want to see here? I don't know if you can see here. Go to the other one. So you see at the top is healthcare, 80%, very important, extremely. 80%, 8 out of 10 people. And so what did the Democrats run on? Status quo. Status quo healthcare. We're going to keep the healthcare the way it is. The economy, 78%.
Also keeping that the way it is.
Keeping that the way it is. Not changing the economy. Immigration, also keeping that. Trying to keep. They offered to fund his border wall. Do you know that, right?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna be like the Republicans, bipartisan, but talk nicer.
Yeah, they're gonna find bipartisan solutions. The next one down is the way women are treated in the United States. That's surprising, but that's because of the hashtag #MeToo. Gun policy, that's not surprising. Taxes, foreign affairs, 68% think foreign affairs are extremely or very important, yet not one mention of it during the midterm campaigns. The way income and wealth are distributed in the United States, 68%. Almost 7 out of 10 people. And you know what they talked about during the nothing. Nobody has a plan to fix the way income and wealth are distributed in the United States. The recent confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court, 64%. U.S. trade and tariff policies, 6 out of 10 people. Climate change, 53%. And underneath that, 45% investigation. Didn't even crack the top 11. Didn't crack the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did not even crack the top 12. That's the 13th on the list.
Which is an unlucky number, by the way.
No, that's 12. It is 12. I
Oh,
miscounted.
it's 12.
Yes, it's 12.
It is 12. Couldn't even crack the top 10 or the top 11. Wow. So if you look at that, go to that other point. So if you look where it says climate change is right above investigation into Russia. So climate change, 53%, investigate. So even people who think immigration is a bigger issue than the destruction of the planet are tired of Russiagate. People put immigration number 3 and climate change number 11. So even people who think immigration is more important than the end of the planet aren't interested in Russiagate. Okay. I hope you could read that. Was that big enough for people to read, you think? I hope people could read that. So there you go. I'll just throw it to my panel. Not surprising. Was it surprising?
No, not surprising at all. I don't talk to friends that, I mean, what friends have we ever talked to that want to talk about Russia?
Right, but we don't have normal friends. Right? Our friends are awake. Right? Our friends aren't going to go to a Save Mueller rally.
Oh, geez. Oh, boy.
Oh,
Taken to
God.
the streets for Mueller. That's inside, upside down. I can't stand it.
Well, we've said this before. It's one of those things where people, and this is because you're ingrained this way from birth, it's hard to imagine the scenario where there are no good guys.
Right.
But that's the world we live in. Sometimes there are no good guys.
There are no good guys. So Bob Mueller, not a good guy. Trump, not a good guy. The Russiagators, not good guys. The dupes in the press pushing Russiagate, not good guys.
They were just looking for their Super Bowl moment, that big spike.
Yes.
And they got it because you don't like Trump, here's catnip.
Yep. That's all it is. And there you go. Look, no one gives a shit. And that's according to Gallup. Oh my God, the Russians are controlling the Gallup. It was interesting. You didn't hear a lot about Russiagate from the Democrats running for midterms. It's almost like they knew it was bullshit. It's almost like they knew people didn't give fucking care about it. But that's all they talk about on the news. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the news is bullshit. It's almost like the news is there to distract us from the news. Our next live Jimmy Dore show is February 1st in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a list of all our live shows, and please become a premium member if you can. Become a patron. It's the way we support this show because they're coming at us, and we give you bonus. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Check it out. Become a patron. And if you can, make sure you're still subscribed. They unsubscribe people every day. I know it sounds crazy. It only takes a second. Please make sure and click that bell when you subscribe so they'll send you a notice